Hello, fellow travelers. This is Veronica from Human Design Journey, and I would like to discuss the theme about making decisions as yourself. The authority is in the body. Each of us is endowed with unique guiding mechanism true only for ourselves. And we're very different in the way we perceive the world and in the way it's correct for our body to function in a way that is healthy for us. So we have something we call in human design inner authority. We live in a certain environment, circumstances, and conditioning forces, and our not self is constructed by upbringing, society, parents, peers, and the world at large. Not self behaviors are met with resistance and we enter a vicious circle. Not self behaviors are learned behaviors from the mind to deal with what we think we lack, what we think we're missing in this life. And usually it is in the nurture. That's the focus. But you can also find it in the nature, of course, depending on the environment we live in. And when we try to fix and to control something we're not, and something we're not mechanically constructed to do, then we start to hate those traits, thinking that this is us and identifying with the world at large. While that's somehow trick from the mind, because we feel we're really empathic in our openness and we really feel much stronger the outside world there. So we think it's us. We don't need outer authorities or entities to dictate our lives as they do, because we feel them and we're empathic to them and we identify with them. And then we bow to them as if it's our truth. No, we have an internal compass. We have an internal guiding system, an inner intelligence that allows us to know which decision is right and correct for us and healthy for us, and which decision is not healthy for our energy. This is what is called inner authority. It is our truth, and it is different for each of us. Our inner authority is a knowledge within the body that precedes the knowledge of the mind, and is the only thing which can somehow go around the treacheries of the mind, or the tricks of the mind, because inner authority just outsmarts it, because it outsmarts it, because it's the natural unadulterated state of innocence, of just being and just being, without putting masks, without hiding, without identifying and putting a finger to those models of behavior, and thinking that it is us, and we let go of all the mental constructs that we ever believed. Everything that we think we are is just a mental construct. It's something we built in our lives as a self-reflected consciousness to deal with the world around us and the environment. And the first 7 years were enough to create a false reality to which we try to fit, and to which we build a costume based on what we receive from our parents the first 3.5 years, and then the first 7 years from institutions, etc. Oops. And then spending the rest of our lives trying to fit the costume. Can you imagine? Going after the costume, trying to fit, trying to become it. What is it? Our comfort zone, or our cultural, social, genetic intelligence and family history, and trying to be the same as everybody, and having the same issues, the same problems, dealing the same way, so that you feel not so lost, not so alone, not so different. Trying to fit in sameness. That's bloody painful. Accessing the wisdom of our inner authority requires becoming more embodied and listening better to our body. Inner authority is attuning and coming back to yourself, attuning to the natural frequency which comes out unaltered by the mind state or our emotional or nervousness state or any other outside influence that we're getting. It's as simple as that. Inner authority is attuning yourself to your bodily intelligence, because no matter how arrogant the mind is, thinking that it is the one which rules the body. See my previous video and the joke about the body organs, but it is really a joke. It is really a joke, because we don't need anybody else from the outside to tell us our truth, because they don't look through our eyes, they don't hear through our ears, and they don't smell through our nose. We have different authorities. Emotional, if you have this center defined, the emotional, the solar plexus center, which 47% of the people have defined, then this is your inner authority. It's about what you feel and how you feel in time, which gives you your truth and clarity and inner authority for decision making. You need to wait, be patient. There's no truth in the now. You're an emotional being. You have to respect your emotionality. Spontaneity is really not your path. It can be harmful. Emotional clarity of the way through which life shows you the bigger picture is your healthy way of being and taking decisions as yourself. The sacral authority is what 35% of the people have. Those are generators with sacral authority, here to take decisions one at a time, listening to the wisdom of their gut response or not. Being attuned to the vitality and the openness for engagement, availability of energy or not. There's a voice, sacred voice. We have Splenic Authority with 11% of the people, which will be projectors or manifestors. And this is the spontaneity authority. Being spontaneous is the most healthy thing for you. Listening to your intuition, to your instincts, to the voice in the now, being attuned to the now and to the wisdom of the body is your way. And it can feel uncomfortable at first, not knowing why, not knowing the reasons and the actual depth of what is going on. It is just an instinct, a knowing in the now, and you just have to trust it. But those are the people who say, I knew it. I knew this was going to happen. So you know that. Ego authority is, and G together, Geo Authority, self-authority, together are about 4%. They're very rare. We have ego authority, which is specifically for manifestors, and projectors, it can be, and Geo Authority is only for projectors. Here we have with ego authority whether I have the will to do something, and whether it will make me successful on the material plane. Is it good for me selfishly, materially? Do I have the willpower for it? And the Geo Authority is about expressing your true self, your identity, feeling happy or not with the things that come your way, feeling like spring roaming from the mountain and gurgling with this nice water sound, or you feel stuckness and your voice is not really coming in out in a smooth and ringing and pristine way, but there are interruptions and squeaks and just it doesn't feel coming out naturally. It's interrupted. It's not freely, without resistance, singing its truth up. And basically it's about listening to what you say and how you say it, and whether it makes you happy, whether things make you happy, whether those invitations make you happy, then those are the right invitations. And with every projector, it's about the feeling of taste, whether it is bitter or sweet. So is there sweetness in this invitation? Is this sweet to me? Does it make me roam like a spring in the mountain, like a small river? And then we have no inner authority or mental authority for projectors with environmental authority, or the Lunar Authority, which are reflectors, and together this is about 3% of the population. With mental authority, we talk about exclusively projectors, mental projectors, and it's an environmental authority because the mind is never the inner authority. So they soundboard their truth with their openness. They screen. So they talk, listen to what the environment returns to them, and they screen it. So they need soundboards, people they trust, to which they can speak their truth without mental anxiety or worry for judgment. So people they trust, not their lover, that they can talk to and express themselves, so they can hear to how they say things, what comes back at them, and taste the environment in a way what it returns to them as wisdom, and really take their time. No inner authority means taking time until your definition can perceive through a point of reference, which means other definition coming from the program, from the stellar, from the planets and the movement of the sun and planets and earth and the moon nodes, which together with your perception, your cognition, gives you a color of the whole picture, and your truth ring to in response to that. So no inner authority is still an inner voice, an inner feeling. It's in the body. It's embodying your truth and always being aware of how your energy flows in your body, and whether there is stuckness, how things come, will be your guiding light, no matter your authority. It's still the wisdom is in the body. So if you have lunar authority, that will be reflectors. They're 1.67% of the population. Then again, the wisdom is in the body. It only takes time for the body to taste and filter and take probes to come to a point of clarity, which will be a reflection of the wisdom, potential wisdom perceived through the lunar cycle, eventually giving you a deeper perspective. By the daily different small perspectives and testing points, measuring on the different perspective possibilities, coming at the end to a clarity, which again is being clear in the body in a way that it is not there is no stuckness, there is no nervousness, there is no pressure, there is no fueling and anything which is unnatural, and tuning into that natural wisdom of the body. The hardest prison to escape is your mind. And the only thing you can trust to escape your mind is your inner authority. Escaping your mind is not a game. It's not like your mind is vicious or something bad or something to be avoided. No. Of course, we're here to measure and to think and to compare and to enjoy the different perspectives and viewpoints and inspirations and questions and answers and ways of thinking, concepts, and etc., etc. It's just not the right thing to trust when it comes to decisions about our own lives. What we can trust is our bodily wisdom, because the body is the vehicle, which is our meat suit, on which life depends. So that's why it's important how we feed our body, with even with food, with thoughts, with everything. It's our carrier. And even Christ says that in the Bible, that your body is my temple. You don't need to go to church because that's your church, your body. And it's the holder of the spirit. It's something we change with each incarnation. It's something to be cherished. It's something which gives us limitations. And it is something which helps us embody pleasure and pain. Being embodied in the body, being able to feel, taste, and have the cognition which actually gives you your movie, your perception, and your experience in this life, in this form. Glad to be sharing my form with your form, my perspective. I would like to hear yours in the comment section. So share if you want. Do you want to? Like and subscribe. Do you want to? Do you want to follow me on Facebook, on Instagram, or check out my website, humandesignjourney.com? You know what to do. Click through. I'm a click away. This is Veronica from Human Design Journey. Come back for more. Bye for now.